The sun rose gently over Umulapo, a quiet Igbo village resting between 7 green hills. Roosters crowed. Women swept red earth compounds. Children laughed on their way to fetch water from Mary Udo, the village's sacred river. Above all, the great Udala tree spread its ancient branches over the village square like a protective umbrella. Under that tree lived Nneka, an elderly woman known across neighboring villages as a powerful herbalist. She understood the language of plants, the rhythm of the forest, and the whispers of ancestors. Her granddaughter, Chiamaka, lived with her. Unlike most village girls, Chiamaka loved books. She spent nights reading science texts by lantern light, dreaming of becoming a doctor in the city. Yet, Nneka always reminded her, education is good, but never forget where your blood comes from. The ominous signs. One season, strange things began to happen. Goats refused to eat. Chickens grew weak. Cassava leaves turned yellow too quickly. Then one morning, villagers woke to find Mary Udo flowing weakly like a dying breath. The elders beat the Akaro drum, calling everyone to the Udala tree. The oldest elder, Esmadu, spoke with worry. Our land is sick. The ancestors are unhappy. They called the Dibia, a tall man wrapped in white cloth, carrying cowries and a carved staff. He threw the cowries and closed his eyes. The land waits for the child of 2 worlds, he said. She will choose the path that saves us. Eyes turned toward Chiamaka. The return of Chief Okorie. That same week, a convoy of cars arrived. Dust rose as the vehicles stopped. Out stepped Chief Okorie, a wealthy businessman originally from Umulapo. He wore a fine suit and dark glasses. My people, he announced, I have returned to bring development. I will build a factory that will employ many of you. Some villagers clapped. Jobs meant money. Others whispered fearfully. The proposed land was part of the sacred forest near the river. Chief Okorie noticed Chiamaka's intelligence and offered her a scholarship to study medicine in the city. Her heart leaped. It was her dream. But Nneka's face darkened. If you leave now, she warned, who will learn what the ancestors placed in our bloodline? Chiamaka felt trapped between 2 futures, dreams from the ancestors. That night, Chiamaka dreamt of walking in the forest. A bright light hovered over the river. Voices called, do not abandon your route. Do not fear the new world. Join both. She woke trembling. From then on, Nneka began teaching her deeper knowledge, the names of sacred herbs, healing chants, and the stories of their lineage. Chiamaka realized that tradition was also a kind of science, just older, tested by time. Conflict in the village. As days passed, the river shrank more. People fell ill. Children developed fevers. Panic spread. Chief Okorie brought machines to clear the forest. Trees began to fall. Birds scattered. The sound of chainsaws filled the air. Chiamaka ran to the site and stood before the machines. Stop. This forest protects our river. Chief Okorie laughed. Girl, sentiment does not build a future. Progress must happen, the elders argued. Some sided with the chief. Others sided with tradition. Umulapo was divided. The great decision. When the river finally dried up completely, the villagers gathered again under the Udala tree. Children cried. Women carried sick babies. Fear covered the land. Chiamaka stepped forward. Elders of Umulapo, she said, we need both knowledge of the ancestors and knowledge of modern science. Cutting the forest will kill our water. Ignoring progress will keep us in poverty. Let us find a new path. The Dibia nodded slowly. Then prove you are the child of 2 worlds. The night of the ritual. At midnight, Chiamaka led the villagers to the forest shrine. She wore a simple white cloth. In one hand, she held herbs prepared by Nneka. In the other, a small science notebook filled with her research on water conservation. She mixed tradition and science, cleansing the land with herbs while guiding villagers to dig small channels to redirect rainwater. The Dibia chanted. Drums beat. The wind rose. Suddenly, clouds gathered. Thunder roared. Rain poured. Water rushed through the channels. Mary Udo began to flow again. People screamed with joy. Some fell on their knees. The ancestors had answered, a new agreement. The next morning, Chief Okorie visited the river. He watched the children playing in the water and felt ashamed. "I wanted progress," he said, "but I nearly destroyed our soul." Chiamaka replied gently, "Progress is not the enemy of tradition. They can walk together." Moved by her wisdom, Chief Okorie changed his plan. Instead of a factory, he built a medical and herbal research center, combining modern medicine and traditional healing. Youths gained jobs. The forest was preserved. The river stayed alive. The departure months later, Chiamaka prepared to leave for university. The whole village gathered under the Udala tree to bless her. Nneka placed a calabash of herbs in her bag. "Wherever you go," she said, "carry Umalapo in your heart." Chiamaka hugged her grandmother. "I will return. I will make our knowledge live forever." As her bus left the village road, the hills of Umalapo stood proudly in the morning sun. The river flowed peacefully again. Drums echoed softly in the distance. Final words the voice of the ancestors whispered. "The path of life never ends."